Okay, we are live. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today on What Gives. We have Taylor Smith here from BROMA. She's going to tell you all about some delicious snacks for you, and I won't ruin the surprise. I will let her tell you in a minute all about it. But you have Andrew and Nicole here from Givz, per usual, and the quick 2-minute spiel, or actually more like 20-second spiel, is that if you want to get away from discounts as well as drive social impact in a genuine and authentic way, those are two big headache problems that we're solving for brands each and every day. You can run a campaign like spend $50 or more and get 5% of your purchase back to give to a charity of your choice, or spend $100 or more and get $20 to give to a charity of your choice. However, whatever flavor you want to run, you can do it, and it's super effective. And we can make that happen with the click of a button. So that's a little bit about Givz. But we are here today to talk about BROMA. So with that, Taylor, thank you for joining us, and I'm excited to have you on today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
So tell us, how did this all get started? Where did the idea come from?
Sure.
From the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, so I actually had a family member who was having some issues with their getting all the nutrients that they needed every day. And I wanted to create a product for them that was sort of easy to eat and sort of filled in those nutritional gaps. And I wanted to make something that was dairy-free and vegan, and sort of checked all the boxes. So I came up with BROMA. So it's a dark chocolate almond and lentil nut butter. It's the first of its kind on the market. So it's a super unique product. And the combination of the almonds and the lentils actually makes it a complete protein. So it has all 9 essential amino acids, which you're supposed to eat every day anyway. So you might as well eat it with some chocolate, in my personal opinion. But yeah, that is sort of the genesis story behind it. It was actually just for a family member that I was trying to help out in their everyday life.
Amazing. So you built this, you decided, okay, this is something that a family member needs. You made it, and then what? Your family members, you were like, "This is amazing." They were like, "This is amazing," and you're like, "We need to make this into a business." Like, what happened from there?
Yeah. It was sort of like I decided to sell it at some outside markets. I'm from New York, so I did it in the city. And from there, we just sort of iterated the product a bit to make sure that we were checking everybody else's boxes in terms of taste and spreadability and all of those good things. And then we got the product to where it is today, where we're selling at a bunch of different markets and on our website, eatbroma.com. But yeah, it was definitely sort of this is great. And this sort of could be a Nutella replacement, for lack of a better term. And we just decided to run with it, and it got it to where it is today, which was super exciting.
That's amazing.
That's so awesome. And we love that you've partnered with Givz and that you found Givz. And we'd love if you could share a little bit about how you've been utilizing Givz in your strategy in the past, and maybe how you're thinking about it for the future too.
Sure. Yeah. So what we've noticed about a lot of our consumers is that there are people who want to support companies that support causes that they believe in themselves. And using Givz is just another opportunity for us to do that as a company. So we're a certified minority women's business. And by partnering with Givz, especially this month, since it's Women's History Month, we're able to support some other causes in lieu of a discount. So essentially, we'll give our customers the opportunity to support women-founded causes, and there's a bunch of different ones that Givz has on their site, so they can donate to those causes in lieu of getting, let's say, a 10 or 15% discount, which is super cool, and it gives us the opportunity to give back at the same time.
Yeah, our whole mission is to be able to drive full price sales. So you're not giving people the option, just so folks watching, you're not giving people the option of a discount or to give back. You're actually saying, like, hey, when you make a qualifying purchase, you're getting money to give back, and here are the women's highlighted charities. In this case, being that it is a women-owned business, as well as Women's History Month happening right now. So that's really exciting, and for us, the mission is to make giving back profitable. So like if this is something that can drive short-term sales like a discount would, but instead of taking money off the top line, it actually is a cost later on that you're donating and actually not even doesn't end up costing as much as a discount. That's the whole goal, right? That's the holy grail. Drive more sales, do some good in the process. That's what we're looking for. And so to that end, are there any other discount replacement alternatives, or in terms of discount replacement or moving away from discounts, what else have you found to be effective, or is Givz the only thing? Like, talk us through what your thoughts are around discounts.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's sort of a similar thing to a discount, but doing bundling things have always been really great. Just offering multiple products, it tends to be less than what you would give for a normal discount, just by bundling a few jars together in one pack. So that has been great for us. When we do partnerships with other companies for giveaways and stuff, that tends to drive a large amount of sales to our website, especially. But yeah, I think Givz is probably one of the better options in terms of having people feel like that they're giving back in some way, but not necessarily taking as much sales away from our bottom line budget.
That's great. And you mentioned the giveaways, and I think you guys do such a good job with that too. And do you have any upcoming collabs or anything like that you want to share?
We don't have anything like in the immediate pipeline. We do have some giveaways in April coming up. So we will definitely keep everyone apprised to that. If you follow us on Instagram at BROMA, we tend to post everything on there, and we'll give you a little bit of a preview on stories and stuff, so you know ahead of time whether to sign up or comment or like and all that good stuff.
Cool. And not to put you on the spot or anything, but I'm always super curious because you have been running Givz for a while. Would love to hear if any type of customer feedback that you've been receiving, because we really like to think that, I mean, we are doing it differently where we're allowing you to invite the customer into the giving mission. They personally are able to advocate and say, hey, like, this is where exactly we would like that donation to go, which is really cool. So you're able to learn a little bit about what your customers truly care about too. Have you received any feedback from them as they've gone on their customer journey and seen Givz come up post-purchase?
I think that, so we haven't received any direct feedback about Givz specifically, but I think like the customer feedback that we have gotten has mostly said that they love that we are a company that gives back, and that they love that it's part of our mission to have that as a part of the company on a daily basis. But of course, that's partly due to you guys, which is great. But I think that they are just happy that they have the option to do that, and they don't even really notice that it's not a discount per se. But they're still have the opportunity to do what they want to do as a consumer, which is to give back.
And I actually just looked up some quick stats, and even in the past couple of days, BROMA has supported dozens of, or at least well over a dozen charities that their customers care about, right? So individually, what their customers care about, you've already supported. So really exciting stuff from that angle. So also a different question, not to put you on the spot, but the original recipe versus coconut versus cherry, which one's your favorite? What would you recommend?
Sure.
Pumpkin tell us.
Yeah, I feel like it is constantly changing for sure. But my current favorite is Mocha. It's sort of like a chocolate coffee flavor, and it was in collaboration with Taylor Woods, who's a YouTuber. She's also on Instagram at Taylor Woods. But that was a great collaboration, and I'll give her the credit in figuring out the mocha flavor, but it does taste amazing. And it's definitely, if you're a coffee person, I will say, if you're a coffee person, you will.
I'm sold, Taylor Woods. Let's go.
Yeah, so mocha is definitely on my top flavor right now. I love that one.
Cool. I think the bundle would be a great idea because I feel like you kind of have to sample and try all those, right? I
Yeah.
love that you have an alternative to Nutella as well, and that it is clean and it's a protein. For me personally, I'm always looking at really healthy whole food snacks for myself and my family. So I appreciate this and I appreciate what you're doing. Is awesome, and so excited that you're a part of our community as well. And one thing that we absolutely love to ask, because we want to learn from you, what is a productivity hack that you have that helps you continue to maintain high performance when you're a founder, among a CEO, among many other things, I'm sure.
One thing that I like to do is whenever I'm on a call or an interview or something, I like to take handwritten notes, and I have a separate notebook for that purpose. So whenever I look back at my calendar, or if someone emails me, I'm able to find the date on my calendar that I spoke to them, look back in my notebook and see what we chatted about and what I got out of the conversation, and any other comments I made to myself, because then it's easy for me to remember the conversation and be able to respond appropriately. And it's also just super helpful because I can't remember everything that happened in a certain conversation, and just having that handwritten note is really great. It sounds kind of old fashioned to write things down. I don't think anyone does that anymore, but having that separate calls notebook has been really helpful for me.
I do that, and I have it right here. So right here is my, it's like a journal, and I keep them actually. I have a stack of them, and I actually do that too. And I think it is kind of old school, but I do love it. I think I'm such a visual person too, that when I write it, it just kind of sticks a little more, right? I think I did that in college also. I had to, if I wrote it, it was okay, it's in there.
I can sort of remember where it is on the page too, where I wrote a certain comment.
Yeah. Yes. Awesome. I was telling Andrew, sometimes I even do Post-it notes like I have here, but then they'll find themselves in my notebook. So if I wrote something else, I'll make sure I put it in my notebook.
Yeah. Definitely the notebook's the way to go for me.
I've tried this, and I just have a bunch of different notebooks floating around, and then you gotta be.
The key is one. You gotta keep the one.
You gotta have it on you if you're doing an in-person meeting, or it's.
Yeah, you gotta take the call notebook with you.
Yes.
Commitment.
Okay. This is awesome. Thank you so much, Taylor, for joining us here today. We'll get a follow-up on the books at some point, I'm sure, in terms of, hey, how big has BROMA grown, and how has Givz played a role in that? If you want to reach out, so we've been putting this scroll bar along the bottom. You can go to eatbroma.com to buy some delicious Nutella alternative. But realistically, you can also follow them at Eat BROMA on Instagram. And is that where you do most of your social media, Taylor, on IG, or is Twitter?
We are also on TikTok at Eat BROMA as well, so you can follow us on both platforms.
Perfect. Okay, so Eat BROMA on IG and TikTok. And if you want to reach out on the Givz side of things, please feel free to reach out to us, givz.com, givz.com/contact, or reach out to any of the three of us at any point in time. Our DMs are open, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for everybody watching now, and for those people that are watching the recording. Talk to y'all soon. Thanks.
Thanks.